Morning, 10 a.m. It's a chance for us to connect. If you're watching this recording, come in, watch the whole thing, connect, share some gratitude. If you're here live, absolutely share some gratitude, or at least say hello so we can feel you. Such a beautiful experience to be a human when you are connected to other humans. It's pretty scary, even when you are connected with humans, but when you don't feel connected, when you feel separate and alone, boy, this journey can be rough. And I don't mean that in the bow wow wow way, like rough. I mean in the difficult and challenging. That's not to say that that's a bad thing to be difficult and challenging. And having a love morning, having a connection time with fellow love ambassadors is one of the ways that we make it an adventure as opposed to an ordeal. So, we start with a song that I make up, and this one goes like boo ba ba beep ba 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 doo beep boo ba ba beep ba ba, sharing gratitude with all of my friends. Boo ba ba beep ba ba, gonna sing this song till I get to the end. Boo 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 beep ba ba. We're all here to share our gratitude, hopefully lifting our attitude. Boo ba ba beep ba 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 boo ba 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 boo ba ba beep ba ba. Welcome to Love Morning. All right. Good morning, everyone. Hello, Etoile. Good morning, aloha. Good morning, Bill. Hello to you in Cleveland. Hello, Faith in Key West. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And hello, Mark. Yay. Mark says, thank you always for being you and creating this space. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for being one of my connections, one of my fellow love ambassadors, one of my supporters and network, as we all are. That's kind of the point. I did start a fire in the background. That's a real fire. I was looking at my background. I'm like, you know what? It would look cool if I, just like turn the fire on. It's gas. Gas and rare manuscripts. That's how I keep it lit. Faith says, grateful today for love in all its forms. Love more, says my shirt. I was at a men's group last night, and somebody quoted me in their share about needing to learn to float more. And I was like, we were at a fire. I was like, float more. I'm like, man, my PR people are on it. My marketing team is rocking it. So if you are here and you've got something you're grateful for, we would love to hear it. And guess what? I know you've got something to be grateful for. If you don't want to say exactly what it is, you can just type a 1. Just if you've got anything to be grateful for, you can type a 1 in as a comment. I got a bunch that I'm grateful for right now, and especially grateful for it in the context of sometimes the difficulty of finding gratitude or struggles. I've had a number of situations in the last 48 hours, 53 hours, something like that, where I have either myself or people around me have shared difficulties. And sometimes it's actual difficulties, but mostly it's simply mental offness, not being perfectly grounded, not feeling in their power, feeling anxious or insecure or fragile is the word that I keep using, where I feel like I hear something that from somebody that is important to me that isn't exactly what I want to hear, and I'm off kilter. I'm lost my footing. But I think being aware of this and sharing with one another is really, really helpful. So I'm grateful for the people that are willing to be introspective enough and do enough work that they can recognize, oh, I'm not in this space. Because when someone can communicate to you and say, I'm not in a really great mood right now. Could we adjust our plans, for example? Or could we, or if you know yourself well enough, you don't need to, and please don't try to cheer me up or don't try to convince me that everything's fine. I just need to be in this space. that's one thing that I think is really important as you build trust with people and you show vulnerability. You need to sometimes fight the instinct to try to fix their problems. It's always a good idea to say, are you open to some thoughts about this? Or even, are you desiring to simply talk this out, or are you looking for ways to fix this? Because if someone needs to be heard, and you launch into what could fix their problem, it can just infuriate and just amplify any feelings of frustration or worthlessness or guilt. Like if you are feeling, I'll say you, when I and many people are feeling depressed or feeling unworthy or feeling criticizing and judging ourselves for things that we aren't good at or not good enough, and someone says, oh, no, you're great, or say, well, here's what you need to do. You need to take this course, or you need to, do this. It's like, sometimes I'm like, oh, really? I should sleep more and meditate? Oh, thank you. I have never heard that. But now that you've told me, it's like, no, of course I know that. And now I'm even more angry at myself for not doing the things that I know work. So being aware that sometimes life is about sitting in your shit until you're ready to move, or you're ready to digest it. Digest the shit, yeah, we'll say it. Yes, digest the shit. Hello, if you are here, say hello. Good morning, Brent. Hello to you in Florida. And hello, Esta, my neighbor to the north. And hello, Painey. Yeah, all of this is AI. I'm an AI avatar. The fire is the only thing real, actually. Hello, Dave in freezing Wales. And hey, Steve. Good morning. Centurions! Painey is grateful for France. I expected to be here 3 months, and that turned into 18 months. What a wonderful country. I've never been to France. Oh, wait, no. I on a train, I got off in Nice. So I spent an afternoon on a beach in Nice. I don't think that counts as a travel to France, but hey, Pat, good morning. Fellow Centurion, right? Pat and Steve, we're all Centurions, aren't we? If I'm remembering correctly. My brain has been punished over the years, so fair warning. Who else has got something they are grateful for? I am grateful for my co-hosts for my podcast, Stay Sparked, and I'm grateful for the reactions I've been having. During my men's group last night, one of my fellow participants, during his share, he referenced Stay Sparked, our podcast, as a tool that has been helping him, and he's encouraged everyone. I'm like, man, thanks for the plug and the shout out. But I think if you enjoy listening to me, you will enjoy listening to the show. It's better than just me rambling, because it's me and Yanus and Betsy, and we have a really good dynamic of different backgrounds, but also shared values and a lot of shared experiences. But the thing that I'm specifically grateful for today is we had a conversation about social anxiety and being social, and techniques and practices that we use to make our connections deeper and better when we do socialize. And we were talking about how sometimes you might be sharing with someone or listening to someone, and they kind of get caught in a complaining, it's fine to vent. There's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes people just need a little nudge to notice what they're doing, but you don't want to make people feel guilty or go like, anyway, I'm sure your hospital stay was tough, but I mean, come on, look, what do people say? Like, love and light, or you just got to think positively, man. It's like, well, yeah, and I'm doing chemotherapy, bro. So I'm okay. It's okay to be stressed about that. But the technique he said is say, have you been able to find the silver lining yet? Which I really like, because it totally gives you space to be like, no, dude, there's nothing good about this. But it also can make you go, you know what? There could be something good about this. And possibly they might even go, actually, it's been humbling. And it's given me some compassion towards things that my parents went through. And it's really given me an incredible type of gratitude for just the miracles of my body. So even as I'm going through this process, you're right, that is a silver lining that I've been able to find. And I think that is one of the reasons why I do a gratitude practice here in the morning, and then 2 more times during the day. Actually, I did 4 times yesterday because I had my men's group and we share gratitude there too. I'm a little bit of a gratitude addict. Ooh, that'd be a good t-shirt. Addicted to gratitude. Yeah, so I really like that. Have you found the silver lining yet? Thanks, Painty. I appreciate the words. And I know that we still have a ways to go and there's things we can keep polishing. Speaking of polishing, if anyone is a Stay Sparked fan, based on feedback and how the show has been evolving, the intro pre-recorded "Welcome to Stay Sparked" that was me like in this "Welcome to Stay Sparked." Now it's Betsy's voice in a much friendlier way as the intro, and now our photograph, it used to be me in the middle and pink and Janus and Betsy next to me, and it kind of gave the vibe that I was the host of the show, and that's not how it is. And so I changed the graphics, so now Betsy's in the middle and she's flanked by Janus and I. We're growing, we're evolving, it's an iterative process. Etoile is grateful to be here and grateful to see me. Thanks. I'm feeling good. I posted a picture of me with the sunset a couple days ago with like I got caught mid real smile. And it's interesting how many people feel like really like the photo. And I think it's because there's a difference between a photographic smile and a captured smile. And this was a captured smile. And I think it's nice to see a reflection of true joy in your eyes and smile. Anyone else have some gratitude to share today before we go off into our days? As love ambassadors, one of the purposes of this practice is to remember that we are connected. Christine says she loves that idea for a t-shirt. Good morning, Christine. I am broadcasting live on YouTube and Facebook right now. So you could be in any of those places or right outside my window and also listening. There are 3 places where you can be listening to this live. Yay! Thank you for putting the link up, Painting, for Stay Sparked. Oops. Okay, the Apple graphic has not updated yet. Ooh, that's right. I have to go into Apple to update the graphic. Dave is grateful that spring is just around the corner. For Wales, just around the corner. San Diego, I think we're hitting it. A lot of my plants are starting to have big leaves starting to bloom, and it's jacket weather is almost over, which is kind of a bummer for a San Diegan who loves jackets. You know, I have a significant jacket collection. I spend more on jackets than I do on my car. My budget anyway. Yes, so we are love ambassadors, and that means as we go through our days, we can collectively or distribute this collection of energy that we create together. And I find that to be a really soothing idea, that it's very difficult to figure out how to be of purpose in the world. There's so much suffering. This came up in our men's group last night. You know, a lot of people, it's like, what can I do? And there's 2 parts to that, I think. One is we got to be really careful with how much suffering we pay attention to. That sounds cold and callous, because you're going to turn your back and put your head in the sand and like not pay attention to the suffering and injustice in the world. I'm saying, yes, to a degree, you have to limit, because we have evolved to a place to, at our best, be compassionate for our environment and our communities. That is, we are compassionate and we are connected, and that trait allows us to work together and lift each other up and survive. We do not have the capacity to be aware of the suffering of every human in the world, of billions of people. we have access to just too much suffering, and it's too much. So there's two tactics that I will suggest. One is recognize it's okay to limit how much of the injustice and suffering that you digest. Figure out what amount that you can digest and still function and not shut down. I know that if I get too overwhelmed with the injustice, I just become paralyzed. What's the point? So how much can you ingest? Recognize that I have the ability to reduce some suffering in the world so that you have the energy to continue doing whatever it is that is. And that can be so small, and then it can grow and it can wax and wane. And then one of the ways that once you're in that place, okay, I have energy to be in the world, knowing that it's got its darkness, is we don't need to wait until we find the opportunity to save a family in Ukraine. No, we just go through our days, what we remind each other here every day. Just try to look for the opportunities to connect, to show kindness, to notice things to be grateful for. And just staying in that place, as you find little ways to be kind and connect, you will then walk upon and be presented with opportunities to do a little bit more and help a little bit more and feel more of service and reduce suffering a little bit more. But even if it's not a little bit more, just a little teeny bit every day, you have no idea the impact of a little kindness. I have countless examples where people have reflected back some teeny tiny thing that I don't even remember doing or saying that had this dramatic effect. I say that not because I did anything great. I say that to remind us that we all can have great and dramatic impact on the world by just adjusting the way we walk through it. So, but it takes some reminders and some community and some reflection, because sometimes the world can be pretty cold and it's really easy to shut down, really easy to just keep subdued, dim the light, don't cause a stir. So we need to support each other, lift each other up, and go, no, keep saying hi and smiling, even when 3 out of 6 people did not wave back. Dave is grateful that the knee-deep mud is frozen solid. Oh my God, that sounds rough. I am grateful that you've got a good attitude about it. Rebecca says that she is feeling this right now as well. Well, isn't that one of the joys of communication and connecting and community? You should go, oh, this thing I'm feeling, not just me. And that's the joys and the sorrows and the struggles. At my men's group last night, somebody was courageous in sharing some struggles. And there were some people that were offering suggestions. And I made sure I said, hey, thank you. Because the more often that you hear people that you love and respect, and anyone sharing that they're having a difficult time or they're struggling with something, the less we beat ourselves up when we are in that place. The more we go, oh, this is what humaning is. I don't suck because I'm having a hard time with life. Everybody has a hard time with life. So I don't need to add self-judgment, feeling like a failure on top of it all. Well, thank you everyone who has joined this morning and endured my rambling. Brent says, knee-deep ice. Florida has left the chat. Yes, it is a sunny and beautiful day here today. I even have a plan to meet a friend at the park after Noon Gratitude. But I have a plan to meet you at Noon Gratitude if you want to pop in to zoom.hugnation.com and just get a little FaceTime, share a little something you're grateful for. You got between now and noon, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 2.5 hours to find something that you are grateful for. And let me give you a gratitude tip as long as I'm on a roll and have had my coffee. Gratitude practice, just like gifting or anything, is this. There's a spectrum. There is you learn over time deeper and deeper ways to share and notice gratitude. And so it's easy to say, like, I am grateful for life, or I'm grateful for nature. But I encourage you, as you practice, to start to notice, what does it feel like if I, instead of saying I'm grateful for life, to say I'm grateful about being alive because I get to notice the colors and have sensations. I get to have relationships. I get to make it specific. Instead of I'm grateful for nature, I'm grateful for the walk home and the trees that I get to see and the leaves changing colors or the buds just starting. I'm grateful for the way the seasons make me feel when the snow is melting. Or I'm grateful for the ice because it reminds me that I can endure and that there is spring around the corner. And without a little bit of darkness, it's hard to appreciate the light. Without a little bit of ice, it's tough to appreciate the sunset. So I'm grateful for that. And I am grateful for you for spending a little bit of time with me and those of us here and allowing us to be reminded of our connected human family. So I appreciate you. Esta is grateful and excited that she's going to spend some time this evening in the same physical space with someone I've known through social media since we were part of the same event, the Pink Party, in 2007. Yay! 2007, 2008. It's so funny. Part of me in my head, I think of like the 2000s, from 2000 on is kind of current, right? And then I go, oh, no. That was 20 plus years ago or 15 years ago. Well, thanks for letting me share my fire in my fireplace and the fire in my heart and the love in my fireplace and the love in my heart. So wherever you are, let's close with a hug. Give yourself a big squeeze and feel this beautiful body you're in, appreciating all the things that work, and recognize that you're in a state of healing at all times, your cells and your bone marrow, and just this crazy internal process happening without any thought. Grateful for that. Grateful for our connections. Grateful for all the people in our life that we get to witness on their journeys. That we get to recognize that our actions and our thoughts and everything makes us interconnected through our ripples, their impact. And as we act in the world, we become distributors and amplifiers of all those that we encounter and have ever encountered. So let's be grateful for that. Send out that love to one another, recognizing our vast similarities as we take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of you beautiful love ambassadors, thank you for being here for this love morning, being a part of Hug Nation. I love you.